Let's go.
Chicken.
Renee, what's good, bro? Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He was reverberated. That's right. That's right.
Reverberated. Y'all remember my word? Yes.
All right, y'all. So let's get right to it, man. Let's start talking these games, shall we?
You gotta catch
Renee, I gotta disagree. This Final Four is gonna give us some good games, man.
Right.
Obviously, I know who we wanted to see there, Renee, because I'm right with you, but these are gonna be some real good games, and we'll get to it. All right, let's start off here. Was this the game of the day yesterday? I don't think it was the best game in terms of competitively. I think it was just crazy in what we saw. Transformer, go.
Just a brief moment. I thought we were going to ask about quick hits because I had one. Very, very brief.
Oh,
Bruce, you had an opportunity to explain about a rivalry being ended between good old Notre Dame and the University of South California. This debate had two parts. One part where you hosted a show with Steve, King of the Chat.
Yes.
And another part where Coach T had a show with Steve, King of the Chat, and also featured yourself as you came in and abruptly left when Bruce Roll Tide came into the situation. I had a few hours to just dive in detail about every line item that was being asked. And I was asked a question on who won that debate. And I finally came to my answer. Hopefully this doesn't stir a pot or cause any friction between us and another channel. But Coach T, you were Alabama last night in that debate, bro. You spoke from a lot of emotion, and I get it.
Why are you being nice, Transformer?
I get it.
Tell
Coach T, you're not a native. You're an alumni.
Right.
That's
fair.
He's also native.
And a native. There you go. Native and alumni. That's fair. But man, you let your emotions get the best of you. Your facts wasn't facting. The facts wasn't facting. The videos and the audio from actual football alumni, it trumped the fact that you went there, bro. When your team, former teammates, former players are pissed off at the University of USC, not just Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, pissed off at him. You can't argue that because you're just an alumni that your words hold weight. It don't work like that, bro. Sorry to tell you. But bro, Steve deep fried you. Bruce deep fried you. And it wasn't close. You had one point, and I forget what the point was, where it was about the God, it was about something. Remind me to send it to you after I have to go back and probably rewatch it. But the schedule, you tried to bring up the schedule thing again. The schedule was a piss poor argument for when you line up the schedules for Notre Dame and any other team that USC played. That debate went fresh out the door. Anything else you had to say about USC was spoken from emotion. When Steve and Bruce brought data and information, you have to take the data and the information. The data and the information was there. Your emotions aren't something that's in black and white, bro. It's okay. I love you. It's still go Lakers. LA, just for you. You're still Laker Nation on the show, though your name is
great up until that. You know that, right? You were doing great.
I gotta show my man some love because I'm a Florida State Seminole, so I got no dog in the fight. You know, I'm in the ACC and I'm chilling, right? Bruce is independent. You over there in the Big Ten now? They in the Big Ten.
Yes, sir.
Right? You're in the Big Ten. So, hey, Wisconsin is awful, bro. That was a horrible debate that you brought up with Steve. You brought up Wisconsin actually being a good team. I was a Badger fan. I had to cut them off. I got tired of it. That's a piss poor program. All they do is just run the football and just expect God to, bless them with a championship. It don't work. It don't work like that. They got cooked all year. They got barbecued and deep fried laid to the side all year. It's okay. You lost the debate, bro. Go Irish. Go USC. I got no quarrels with either one of you, bro. You guys are good. But I just wanted to answer your question because I know you asked me earlier, and I suck at my DMs are flooded thanks to the viral videos. And then whoop whoop Transformer. But I finally saw it. That's my response. It's not speaking from bias. And no, I didn't talk to Bruce before the show. I didn't talk to Steve before the show. You got cooked. Alabama and those two Indiana, 38-3. I'm done. Hopefully that answered your question, and we can move forward. No, man, it's go nose, baby. It's go nose. We're gonna figure it out. We need somebody to hit the transfer portal, and he don't wear a jersey. That's all you need to know. Person that we need to hit the transfer portal, he don't wear a jersey.
Hey, look, man, you can always come up to South Bend and you can breathe the air and drink the waters and feel the earth beneath the Golden Dome. It's special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring it right back to Tallahassee and be like, yo, here's the breath, here's the air I breathed. In Notre Dame, I need y'all to be blessed. Start anew, run amok. But no, man, it was a good long debate from both of you guys, man. You guys both, spoke your pieces clearly. It's just I'm a type of person, I like data and information, and then once I hear from the actual players that play for, it's just like, okay, it's just kind of one-sided at that point. Not that he didn't have much information to stand on because there wasn't a lot of good information out there that pointed towards USC in this situation. But that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, we all make opinions. This is a podcast. Bruce has an opinion. He thinks differently about LeBron. Sneed has an opinion. He thinks differently about LeBron. Me, I think LeBron walks on water. So he sneezed. We got to talk about it.
That's not true.
I don't. Oh, my bad. I don't. Don't.
I mean, I
thought he walked on water.
I think you're being hard on yourself, but okay, fine.
Okay. Well, because apparently I can't think for myself either, Sneed.
Who said that?
I've been told that before. I'm too objective.
Too objective?
I try too hard to be too objective, and I don't think for myself.
They want more reckless opinion.
Yeah, Bruce writes all of my content, by the way.
No,
it can sound different. Yeah. So we actually go through. Yeah, but man, we're gonna air out the dirty laundry in 2026. Before the shows, Bruce actually gives me a dialogue that I have to go by, and I have a teleprompter right here. I can't, pan the camera around, and I have to read it, but I have to read it like it's me.
It's hard to walk and chew gum at the same time, ain't it?
I'm a good reader, bro. I'm a good reader. Make it sound like me.
Is that a comment from one of the videos or the streams?
No, this was. I think this was before you started hanging out with us, Sneed.
Oh,
okay. It was Young Disciple, and it was a LeBron Kobe debate.
Yeah.
And I sided with Kobe, obviously, for obvious reasons, and I think it had something to do with defense or something. I can't remember, Bruce. It was something.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact. Yeah.
It had something to do with defense or defensive players. Defensive all teams or something like that. And from what I said, I got a round of applause from everybody except him. And when he called in, he legit said, "No, bro, you ain't even speaking for yourself, bro." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he told me I'm trying too hard to appear
be objective.
Like, wait, what?
I was like, "What does that mean?" He was like, "Man, you ain't thinking like a man." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, bro, I was like, bro, at this point,
he wanted you to take the exact opposite of the other person, that case being Bruce, right?
Because he wanted me to disagree with Bruce.
He wanted him to side with LeBron.
Yeah.
And yes. Transformer was doing what Transformer does, which is go right down the middle. I give him all credit for that. That wasn't good enough.
Because on one side, I'll hype LeBron up on this side. Mm-hmm. But then when I see him like, nah, this ain't it. This is Kobe's lane. It was Kobe's lane that day.
Mhm.
Apparently, like young disciple didn't like me that day. He didn't like me.
Yeah.
But shout out young disciple, man. Cool dude, cool fam. He's
Nah, cool.
he's a passionate Bron fan, man.
He is.
He's a very, very passionate LeBron fan. I'm a
But look at
LeBron
this,
fan, but I ain't that passionate.
But look at this, Need. Even Transformers' own brother now says he can't think for himself.
No.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, I have poisoned the Transformer, and I have made him drink the Cap-A-Lot Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of that thrown around on the streams lately. I've been seeing the cap a lot and stuff. Yeah,
I've been dipped in the Kool-Aid.
Drinking from the waters of Lake Capilat.
So my own brother, my actual brother, y'all don't believe me. Like Sean is actually my actual brother. Chat.
Up,
so
man?
you know, he's my actual brother. He texts and calls me all the time. Man, you been talking to Bruce today? Because I want to get your opinion before you talk to him. I'm like, well, what they got to do with anything?
Yeah.
He's like, because I don't need Sir Capilot poisoning your brain and making you flip the subject. What do you mean? When does he ever do that? Me and Bruce argue all the time.
All the time.
We argue all the time.
You guys don't stand on the same side on most topics.
On most topics,
I would say
we
more
disagree.
than 50% of the time, you guys are looking at things a little differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all
that's
good,
what makes
though,
this show
man.
great, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It makes the debate. When we come up with topics, it makes it great because he'll say one thing. I'm like, man, bullshit, Bruce.
Or have
This,
you
this, and
ever
that.
listened or watched a live stream where everybody it's an echo chamber? It's awful.
Oh man,
bro.
it's just a whole bunch of Gawk 3000. It's
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible. It's terrible. That's what made Undisputed so great, right? You had Shannon, who was he was pro LeBron, and you had Skip. He didn't like LeBron, right?
But neither of them was objective. They were both fanning out for
fan, but it made it more of a debate show that I'd rather watch. Like, okay, well, bring your side of the table and bring your side of the table, and we kind of duke it out, right? The point of the debate, right? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, long story short,
Transformer.
Oh, wow.
we'll put the battery in your back. We got you, bro. We recharge you after each show.
I'm back to my teleprompter now. I'm sorry, Bruce. I went off script, so
Oh, it's okay, man.
I'm gonna go back. You line 11.
Yeah, there you go.
Line 11. All right,
Mhm.
got it.
All right, y'all. Let's get to it. What up, Edward? What up, man? Yes, he's drinking the Cap-A-Lot Kool-Aid. Yes, he can't think for himself. Your brother. All right, right, you've been poisoned. Let's get to it, y'all. Like I was saying, I wouldn't say it was the best game yesterday. Clearly, it wasn't, but it was. I guess depending on what side of the aisle you're on, it was the most entertaining game. I know it was for me, but Indiana, Alabama was. I think that Indiana was the favorite, right? But the outcome was shocking in terms of the level of dominance. And I'm not going to run my mouth here. I'm going to let my guy Sneed start off with this. My resident Big Ten guy here. Sneed, did you see it going this way? And give me your thoughts on this game, man.
No, I'm going to tell you why I didn't see it going this way.
Mm-hmm.
3 scoreless quarters for the Alabama Crimson Tide. 1 quarter with a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me it was luck that they got a field goal. They were completely manhandled by Indiana. Indiana is a fantastic team.
Aren't they?
But you can't find a way to get some points across a 60-minute game? It's like I always look at, when people tell me things like the SEC is where it's at. That's the most competitive conference. That's the hardest one. So in these big moments, they're able to rise to the occasion. So what? You are the underdog. So what? It's the best conference. You play against the best competition. The best players are there. Bruh. Like Ty Simpson, if I remember correctly, is their starting quarterback.
That is correct.
Yes.
He was the leading rusher. 3 carries for 17 yards.
Never heard of for an Alabama team.
So who's Austin Mack?
He's a stud.
Okay, but I'm just saying Ty Simpson started all year. So who is Austin Mack in this game? Why is he your leading passer? Right. And he threw for 103 yards. You couldn't move the ball. You did not compete. Your defense was getting dog walked. The Hoosiers got whatever they wanted, and the the Bama Crimson Tide had nothing, no answers.
Right.
I think excellent game plan.
Mm-hmm.
It completely exploited the weaknesses of Alabama. Alabama gets exposed. They shouldn't have been there. And this is proof.
Correct.
They could not compete.
So the only thing I'm going to say, Sneed, I'm never the guy that says after the fact, based on the result, that someone should or shouldn't have been there. I said from the beginning they shouldn't have been there because, 3 losses, got smacked in their
It's
conference.
not that they lost, though, Bruce. It's the fact that we saw them in the conference championship of their own conference, and they couldn't compete.
Right.
And then they follow it up in a game where they could not compete.
Mhm.
Why were they there? Score some damn points.
They were there
Put up a
because
little
they're-
bit of fight defensively. What
Yeah.
did you do? You made the committee look stupid. You made the SEC look stupid. You make the college football playoff look stupid. And whoever says roll mother effing Tide, you made
You
them
know
look
who it is.
stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, he
And
gonna
he's
call in
not a-
today. We need
He
him to call
knows
in.
ball, and he
He's
knows,
not called.
but he couldn't put the crimson shades away and
Mhm.
couldn't see what we saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I didn't expect this level of beatdown, man. Not at all. So here's the problem. Indiana, as we know, outstanding team across all phases. And I think the bigger problem here is the fact that Alabama all year long, for whatever reason, has not been able to run the football. And so when you play against a really good team, a team that's big, fast, physical, aggressive on both sides of the ball, if you can't run the ball, you're one-dimensional, you're in big, big trouble.
Well,
And
here's
that's
what else I know, Bruce,
Mhm.
is when the other team is scoring a bunch of points, you need to get the ball back and you need to possess it.
Mhm.
You can't give them the ball back if they're scoring at will. And they couldn't run the ball.
Nope.
So that means you can't possess. You don't have time of possession. They're going to get the ball back and cook you again
Yep.
over and over and over again.
Yep.
So if you just look at the quarters, look at the games, quarters, the quarter outputs. I got multiple scores in multiple quarters for the Hoosiers.
Mhm.
And I got a field goal in the third quarter for Alabama. That is luck. Broken clock is right 2 times a day. Occasionally a garbage can gets a steak.
Right.
3 points. No,
I was actually pretty upset about it because I wanted to shut out, but didn't quite get there. Oh, you think that's a joke?
I know you serious.
Dead serious.
I'm a firm believer in the world will give you what you deserve. Alabama got what they deserved,
Mm-hmm.
which was an ass whooping. Not that they lost, bro. It's a totally different thing. If they scored a couple of tuds,
it's the way you
yeah.
lost.
If they lost 38-17, you'd say,
Mhm.
okay, that's an impressive victory for Indiana. They beat a good opponent. They were game. They came to fight and all that good stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Man, this is and I'm going to go off on my Buckeyes too. They're not getting off the hook, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
this is by far the biggest disappointment of the season
Absolutely.
for any team across college football, for
Monkey
any
saw.
conference across college football.
Okay, I'm good with that. Transformer, where are you, man?
Man. Roll mother effing tide.
Yeah, where Bruce, man? Where
I
Bruce?
don't know, man. I need him.
You always bothering me, man. Where the thumbnail? Where the show at? Where the show at?
I'm not loving this energy that he's not here.
Uh-huh.
I'm not loving it. I need him to be in the chat. You know what I mean? So Bruce, if you got us in your headphones, just put a thumbs up or something like that in the chat. Just let me know that you're listening. That makes me feel a little better because man, this was awful to watch. Nick Saban turned the game off in the second quarter.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban turned the game
I
off.
kind of
He's
wish
like,
he was still the coach.
click.
I kind of wish he was there for this.
He's like, what in the blue hell happened to that program? Nick, you know what happened to this program? Something that you couldn't control happening. That everybody in college football is now on an even playing field when it comes to how to get players. And the transfer portal is a freaking battle royal.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And it's
Nick Saban could no longer control the game of football on the collegiate level. He could no longer control it. So when he saw that tunnel start to get dug, he's like, oh, I'm gonna hand out retirement. Once they said that tunnel was open for business, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I have no control anymore. Good luck, next coach. And every coach after Nick Saban is going to always get scrutinized by the Alabama fans because Nick Saban spoiled them rotten.
6 championships in 15
Spoiled
years.
them rotten.
Yes, he
He
did.
got spoiled rotten. Everything was roll tide when St. Nick was there. St. Nick can't control NIL. He can't control how much money is flowing through these other schools. He can't control the transfer portal. He can't control none of that no more.
Nope.
There's no big dog on campus for the coaches anymore.
There's no 5-stars sitting on your bench on 3rd string waiting for
On
their
third string. What was it? Mark Ingram, Henry, and who was the other one? Was it Kamara? No, Kamara was Texas.
Trent Richardson.
I was like, bro,
all these NFL backs, one behind the other.
back
Same
to back
thing with
to
the
back
wide
to back.
receivers. Same thing with the D linemen. Same thing.
Julio Jones, yes. Keep like the
Julio Jones, freaking Calvin Ridley, freaking
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb was Oklahoma, but
Yeah, he was Oklahoma. What's the other kid?
oh man, old boy that went to Philly. Oh man,
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. There you go. Devontae Smith.
Ruggs, Waddle, just one after the next, just pumping them out.
Boom, 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 boom. All first round picks.
There you go.
All first round picks. The defenses was loaded. Linebacker after linebacker. Defensive end after D tackle. All on boys. The same amount of boys that's coming out of Georgia now for the last couple of years. Alabama was doing that on a regular basis for like 10 years
like
straight.
a decade, yo.
10 years straight, regular basis. Got 5, 6, 7 first round picks coming out of Alabama. Number 7 pick out of University of Alabama. I'm like, God dang, how many boys y'all got? And then the next lineup, 5 stars, all same thing. Just it's not like that no more. This game showed you that the NIL is real and the transfer portal can hurt you.
Yes.
Indiana came out of nowhere.
2 years.
2 years at coach been on that program, over that program. NIL worked, transfer portal worked.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm 14-0. I knocked off Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. And I curb stomped Alabama.
Monkey stomp, dog walk.
I think if they play 10 games, they win all 10.
The trenches
Indiana wins
were
all 10.
completely dominated by the Hoosiers, bro.
Yes.
Completely dominated on both sides.
50 carries for 215 transformer.
And boy, I don't even think that Mendoza got touched all game.
No pressure.
He didn't even get touched.
Now tell me about what about the SEC championship game? What pressure did Alabama get on that? Nothing.
None. So if you can't generate pressure against the now Heisman Trophy winner,
right?
With that, and they can run.
They get a sack. I think they got a sack early.
Did they touch him? Or did they just call a sack just to say they got a sack?
No, they've got 3.
They got 3 sacks. Okay.
I remember they got 1 on the opening drive. I do remember that.
Okay, so they did touch him.
Yeah, but you got to get a sack.
You didn't touch him enough.
Second and long, third down. You got to make a statement, get the ball back. They didn't have any of that, bro.
Right.
2 incompletions. Alabama had 2 guys that throw the same amount of attempts that Fernando Mendoza.
Go look at the third down completion percentage.
I'm pretty sure it had to be high.
Just go look at these things. These are the things I'm telling you, bro. Go back to the number of third down. They didn't even have any fourth down attempts. They were getting whatever they wanted.
Shout out
9 for 14 on third down.
That's what I'm saying. Bro.
Shout out Sack 3074, man. Appreciate the comment. Is Kurt Signetti the future Nick Saban? The answer is no.
No, there won't be another Nick Saban.
That's right. For the reason we just discussed. Yeah. You can't hoard talent the same way. It's going to be too hard to win consistently going forward with all the movement. It's a different
ball game
now.
You're gonna see a bunch of different names over the next 10 years in these games because of the NIL and transfer portal. You're gonna see a bunch of names. Yeah. Indiana is already the biggest name.
And the SEC is gonna be very upset about that.
They're not gonna like it because them boys over yonder, they got money too. That's money too. And these coaches, they're like, oh, I can just go anywhere as long as they got the money. I can take my program anywhere as long as they got the money to get me the players. Yep. That transfer portal, as soon as they see you in there, oh man, coach went where? Say less. Transfer portal, Florida already lost what 2-3 guys,
Yeah.
big names. Like,
Yeah.
nah, that portal's open. They saw Lane Kiffin going to LSU. You see how many people hit the transfer portal?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban couldn't control that.
No.
He can't.
No.
All them 5 stars that were sitting on the bench, boy, he would have lost half of his roster in a season in that transfer portal. Come on, man. These kids want to play. They want to play now. They're impatient.
Yeah.
They're very impatient. They
Mhm.
want to play now. They don't want a red shirt a year. They don't want to sit behind a superstar for a year. They
Yep.
want to play now.
Yep.
Alabama, this is what it is now. This is what your team is going to be.
Yeah. So let's bring it back into the result here. I guess the question is, what's next for Alabama and what's next for Indiana? Do we anticipate Indiana winning this whole thing? Because they look good.
I mean,
I do.
I don't see nobody that can stop them. Or is Oregon
They have the
supposed
best-
to
they have
stop
the
them?
best
Absolutely
chance to
not.
win. Yeah, they
That
have the
Oregon
best chance
game
to
is
win.
going to be really good.
Yeah.
And Oregon don't know how to play defense. Well, against Texas Tech, they could, but
Yeah. And we'll get to that next. So what's next for Alabama, right? Because here's the problem. What's his name? Kalen DeBoer has done a really good job in his first 2 years there, right? The problem is, like you guys said, he's following a legend. He's following Nick Saban. So it doesn't matter that he's done really well. The fact is, the world unfortunately has changed in the world of college football, and he's not bringing home SEC nor national championships. And so that's not going to last very long in Tuscaloosa. I bet on the low he's wishing he had taken that freaking Michigan job right now.
yeah.
'Cause, they called him. They called him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that would have been the better move, but he didn't want to.
The thing is that he's 20-8 in his time being there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Not-
fine.
Nick Saban went 10 years and probably lost 8 games.
Yeah, but Nick Saban didn't win a championship till his 3rd season at Alabama either, though, right?
I'm just saying the level of spoiledness
Oh
that,
yeah, for sure.
that the Alabama fans are used to.
Yeah,
They used
yeah.
to Bama losing 1, maybe
Mhm,
2 games a year.
Yeah, but here's what they run a risk of. Let's say they move on from this coach. Maybe
Mhm.
not this year,
Who's
maybe
a
not next.
really good coach.
But let's say they move on and they say you didn't produce. Who are they going to bring in? And what standard does that person get evaluated on?
Me and you,
You
Sneed,
still
we
going to
got
hold
the
them
job.
to Nick Saban's standard? They're not going to produce like that. It's a different climate.
Yeah.
It's a different playing field.
Well, do you think these people understand that? Do you really
I think they
know?
have to understand from the board of directors
Yeah, okay.
or whatever they're called, whoever the athletic board, whatever they are. I don't know what they are.
Right.
They have to look at it from what is our competition doing?
Mhm,
Who from the SEC is better than us, and are they beating us, and are they winning?
mhm.
Yeah.
They need to compare themselves to themselves, right? To
Yeah.
the conference. When I look at so I'm an Ohio State fan.
Right.
I look at Michigan. I look at the best of the Big Ten. Now I'm looking at Indiana. You have to
Oregon.
compare yourselves to the best in your conference. You don't compare yourself to what happened 20 years ago.
Right.
Are you telling me that Joe Mazzulla still is being compared to Red Auerbach?
No, of course
I
not.
hope not.
It's just a different time frame.
Yeah.
I think it's just got to be realistic, and I think they'll realize it when this coach is gone and they get someone worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thought is that you never want to be the guy after the guy, right? You want to be the guy after the guy after the guy. So,
Correct.
like, I get it, but it may be the next
So you're
coach.
telling me
has-
timing is everything.
Yeah, maybe the next coach who won't be as successful, obviously, as Saban, as we said, maybe that next coach still gets more of a break because he's coming in after DeBoer, who probably won't win a championship there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But the thing is, like, you run the risk of the talent being lesser now. Like, the talent was you still got a little lux from the Nick Saban aura of Alabama, Roll Tide. You still had that aura.
But
that
where do
kinda
you
hung
rank
over
them
for
in the
that talent
conference,
fan.
Transformer? Where do you rank them in the conference in recruiting?
Well, like right now in the future,
Yeah.
I think it's going
Right
to
now
drop
or
in the future. I think it's going to
Okay,
drop.
so, like, by how much are they going to be the 5th best recruiting group?
third
in
or
the
fourth.
com-
Third
Yeah,
or fourth. It's just not-
Yeah,
they're not going to be locked down number one every year like they used to be. But I
Exactly.
can see
Hey,
third or fourth.
what were they this year?
third?
They were up there. Yeah,
I
they
think
were
they were
up.
third this year.
Let me see.
So are they the 3rd best team in the conference?
Let me see.
Well, they were the runner-up, so right.
So actually, if you ask me, The coach is doing exactly what he should be doing.
Yeah. but
If
that's
you're
not
in the
good.
college football playoff with the
Right.
third best recruiting class in your conference, he's there.
Yeah, but you know that's not good enough for these people. You know that. Come on, man.
Look,
Let me see. I think it was third.
So Alabama was for the class of 2025, which was last year. Alabama finished third in the nation.
Third. Yeah, third.
Not bad. Right.
Yeah, behind Texas and Georgia.
Yeah.
Ohio State right behind Bama.
Mhm.
it's fair to have expectations for this guy. It's unfair to have unrealistic, misaligned expectations based on what he's able to do currently.
How many of those people who are Alabama fans do you think understand what unrealistic and misaligned means?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
They are used to being in the big games every single year.
Remember
Mhm.
Michigan? Remember when Lloyd Carr was fired?
Yeah.
Who'd they bring in?
Was that Rich Rod?
He sucked.
Rich Rod is a really good coach. He just didn't fit there. He's a really good coach, though.
So then what? Now what? Now it's
Brady Hoke after that.
Brady Hoke,
Brady Hoke.
was it?
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
he do?
He got fired for Jim Harbaugh.
These are the things I'm saying, bro. You just keep on, you're trying to replace with something better, but you get worse. This happens.
Yeah.
That's a risk you are going to run when
Yeah,
you
there's-
start playing this game. You know who understands this? Pittsburgh, the Steelers.
Mhm.
With Mike, there's a reason why they don't fire Tomlin, bro. There's not better out there.
Right.
I remember Rich Rod. I remember when he had that Pat kid, Pat,
Come on, man.
the quarterback, the lefty,
yeah,
went to
yeah.
Miami.
Oh man. Yeah, he was a freak.
I mean,
and then-
he could scheme you some points, bro. He
Yeah,
really
and
could.
and he had the mirror image of that with Denard Robinson.
Yeah.
Kool-Aids. Yeah.
Hey, Denard Robinson was
Did
crazy.
he play for the Jags, bro? In the pros?
No.
Pat White. That's
Yes.
right, Steve. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
he? I don't think he did. Did he?
He played for the Jags for a little while. Yup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Robinson.
Oh, Steve Slayton. He was another one too. That's right, Steve.
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah, he was a beast at West Virginia. So I think the saying is, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Which
Right.
is basically like, you're looking for perfect when you've got, and people do that all the time. So it is what it is. And that's neat is why the prophet said what he said, but that's a whole different thing.
Oh, we had talked about this before, bro.
Yes, we did. Yes, we
All
did.
across the line.
There's a whole lot of them down there, bro.
A whole lot. Had the good looking for the perfect.
Damn, son.
But anyway, though, yeah, so I think Indiana is clearly
In the catbird seat.
yes, they are. Yeah, I think they're the best team left in the tournament, but that doesn't mean they're going to win it. They got some competition and a couple of tough match. Either way, they got tough matchups for the next two games, providing they get there. But I do see them winning it. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on Indiana and Alabama before we take a couple calls on it?
Hopefully,
Bama
Bama
sucks,
fans,
bro.
you just accepting reality
They're
now.
not.
Hopefully, this was a game that you're like, okay, I have to accept reality.
No, they're
Nick-
not. They just think
Nick-
that what's his name got to go. Kalen
Even-
DuBois.
Even if you thought Nick Saban would come back, it's still not the same. The playing field has been leveled. It's now leveled. He's not going to come back and run through this college football like he used to. He can't. He can't do it. So you may have a good year, then all of a sudden it's going to be a couple of rough years. Not saying rough like you're going to be 7-6 or nothing like that, but you're not going to make it to the championship. And then he'll make a splash in the recruiting class again, and then boom. Right. But the cycle is just going to keep moving around.
But let me, and you guys make great points. Let me get one more quote before we open up the phone lines on this. Here's a quote from Stephen A. Smith on First Take today. And this is why, not just from the winning and the Alabama fans, but this is why people have the nonsensical outlook that they have. Steve and I have been talking about this.
Here we go.
But no, this is why. Stephen A. Smith said, thorough ass kickings of this magnitude in the playoffs are not supposed to happen to SEC teams. Really? They're not? Really?
That's literally what I said. I think a lot of us share that same sentiment, bro.
This is why. But here's the thing. Since 2023, and I told Steve this one as well, since 2023, the Big Ten is 4-0 in the college football playoff against the mighty SEC with an average margin of victory of 20.3 points.
But it's all good. It's
Can
all
we-
good.
can we
Alabama
cut
fans
that
probably
now?
think, it's still 2008,
I guess
2009.
they do.
you know.
But like, can we stop it now?
I mean, Obama was president back then, bro. I'm just
you're
saying,
right,
for the first term, the first term, bro.
The first. I was in E4 in Germany.
I was
Right.
just getting out of boot camp.
Yeah, get out of here.
I came out and the young Jeezy had my president is black,
Yeah.
lamb blows blue.
I'm like, yeah, he got it. Yeah, like, come on, man. We got to stop this. But let's go ahead and we can do this all day. Let's open up the phone lines. We'll take 2 quick calls on this Indiana, Alabama. Get you guys' thoughts on Alabama or Indiana or, this particular game. We didn't dive into the X's and O's. This was a game where clearly we just saw it. Alabama
It didn't
just
matter.
handled that. Right. Correct.
X's and O's didn't matter
Yeah.
because only one side was doing the X's and the O's. The
Correct.
other one was doing the O.
What happened to Ty
O's.
Simpson, bro? Ty Simpson, our starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Simpson.
Heisman candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was a Heisman candidate. Yeah.
So
He's Heisman candidate.
Yeah, he was.
Bro,
Yeah, he was a Heisman candidate.
Straight
finalist.
certified piping hot ass water, bro.
Kool-Aid drinkers. Who is this? This is Brent Stockdale 4478. What's good, Brent? Why don't you give us a call? The number's scrolling on the bottom
I
there.
thought
and
that
it'll
was
be
my
in-
brother for a second.
Nah, give us a call because I'd love to hear what you mean by Kool-Aid drinkers, and we'd love to welcome you to the show.
I mean,
here we
the
go.
score was 38.
And please come in with Roll Tide. You got to start off with Roll Tide.
Come on. Where is it?
You're gonna need Tide to get those
Those
Stains
stains
out the
off your back, right?
What up, Bruce? What's going on, man?
There he is.
Roll, motherfucker, Indiana.
Oh wow!
He's delivered. He's been delivered.
Listen. If college players get dropped in the transfer portal, so can I. Shit.
He jumped in the fans for a
I'm
portal.
about to join you too, Brucey. Where we going, bro?
Hey man, we overachieved anyway, but it was a great run.
Mhm. No, you didn't.
Ty, hey man, the same thing you say about Ty Simpson, you say about Julian saying I'm Steve, but I ain't gonna go there yet.
Bro, it was not 38-3.
Nah,
No,
it wasn't like that.
it don't matter. If y'all lost, y'all got your butt beat you, but I know y'all saving that for another time.
Not like
But
this.
yeah, Indiana put belt the ass. And man, Indiana is probably one of the most well-coached, disciplined, fundamentally
Julian Sand
sound
played
teams
better
I've
than Ty
seen
Simpson against
in a
against
very,
Alabama.
very long time. They are fundamentally sound on both sides of the ball.
We knew
Man,
that
they
against
fight,
Ohio State,
man.
though.
They tough, man.
Yeah.
Woo, Indiana.
We
man,
knew
they
that
just-
against Ohio State, though. How did you guys do
Hey,
against
man,
Indiana?
I ain't gonna talk about what Miami did. I ain't even gonna talk about what Miami done to y'all.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it. But how did Ohio State do
like,
against Indiana, and how did Bama do
Alabama,
against
man.
Indiana?
But listen though, we made the tournament. Alabama looked slow. They looked confused. They looked overmatched. Matter of fact, Indiana looked like the old Alabama. That's what Indiana looked like. Indiana looked like a Nick Saban, team. That's what Indiana looked like.
You know
man.
who
They
didn't look like that
uh,
against Indiana?
Man, go ahead. Both Ohio State. That's
Julian
what,
Sand didn't look like that against Indiana.
I don't care, but he still stunk. He stunk today though, didn't he? He
Well,
stunk
you could
yesterday,
you
didn't
could
he?
watch the games and you
Why
could
we
see that
talking
the
about that?
games.
That's
It was
the last
nice to
subject.
watch. It
Hold
was
on,
good
hold on.
competition. It was a
Hold
good
on.
game.
Hold on, let me say this, man. Let me calm down. Why is you talking about that and that stuff? We didn't get to that. I got a soliloquy for that topic too. Why are you talking about Ohio State? They got their ass whipped too.
I'm cooking them first,
With
just so
Ray
you
Lewis-
know.
with
I'm
Ray
cooking the
Lewis
Buckeyes
and Michael
first before
Irvin.
you do.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna save it for later. But roll motherfucking Tide. We will be back next year.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
rumblings that Big Nick might be back in the building as an administrator or something. When Big Nick come back, you know things gonna change. You know things gonna change when Big Nick come back.
No.
Well,
Ain't
Todd
gonna
Sister, I ain't gonna lie though. Todd Sister is overhyped. He's not that good as everybody make him seem to be. He has some solid games, but he's nothing that you're gonna jump up the screen for or pick him in the first round for.
I think that backup kid you have, Austin Mack, boy, he looked
Yes, he
like
was really good.
Yeah,
he looked like
he's
he's
some-
ready.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But my shout out to Indiana, man. They were sound fundamentally. They are so well coached. Well, what's the Indiana coach name? What's his name?
Cincinnati.
Oh my God, he's really good.
Yeah,
He
he's
don't
really
smile. I like him. He don't show emotion.
Nope.
Even
After
when
the
they
game.
score,
After the game.
He like Nick
After
Saban. He's like, and it's crazy. Their uniforms look alike. I mean, the coaching styles are alike. The play styles are alike. Indiana looked like an old Alabama Nick Saban team. That's exactly what they look like. And it's too much, man. It was too much, man. I've been saying this for months. Like, their defense, man, got dogs. They got about 5 guys on defense that's going first 1 or 2. They got that right. They tough, man. Their offensive line, their whole offensive line going. Mando's are gonna go. I like his attitude. I love everything about Mando's. I love his attitude. I love his post-conference speeches. He's really
The Browns draft him?
No, that's not happening. That's your door team to the league. Going to the Raiders for sure, probably. I
think he's gonna be there?
I ignored him on purpose. Like, where are you, Bruce? Bruce like, where you at, Bruce? And like, I said, I'm not gonna answer you. I like to I couldn't
This
say
show
no.
wouldn't have been right without you,
Right?
Oh man.
I was like,
good. We've
damn,
all
man,
been
Bruce, I know what's coming. Goddamn, soon as the game was almost over here, he come. Where you at, Bruce? Can I ask you a question? Hey, Bruce, hey, you antagonized him when the rabbit got the gun, huh?
Yeah, you know.
But you was, and I heard Transformer talking all that crap. I was watching y'all from afar when he was talking all that crap. I was a roll motherfucking tide. And all that. That's all
I
right.
had to do it for you. You wasn't here.
Right.
You know what? Next year, I'm starting to make me some screen print shirts. Roll motherfucking tide. Why? Hey man, we'll be back next year better than ever. Nick Saban ain't having that now. I heard the rumblings. He supposed to be coming back. I don't know. It was a rumor mill. I don't know.
Rumor mill, man.
It's one man. He already denied that.
Mhm.
Yeah, coming back.
Well,
Hey,
Alabama
Bruce, real talk, bro.
Yeah.
Alabama is, when they're championship contenders, it's good for college football.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was trying to butter me up that they got our ass whooped last today.
No, but that's right though. That's facts.
Hey man,
Yeah.
we got one of those belt, them little ass whooping when you know you fuck up in school and your father waiting by the door, unbuckle his pants.
Yeah.
Got one of those. But hey
Man.
man, great show, man. I'm be back for the Ohio State Miami subject. I'm gonna unleash
No
on the
doubt,
Ohio State Buckeyes. Excuse my language. I'll see y'all later, brother.
That's valid. It's valid.
Buckeyes, not the
You're good,
Buckeyes.
bro. It's valid. You're
Oh.
good, bro.
Yeah, man. We deserve it.
Wow.
Yeah, he ain't lying, bro.
All right, we'll get to it. All right, let's go ahead and move right along. Oregon and Texas Tech. So I was watching this game, and I think I have a little bit of a different perspective on this.
Yeah.
Obviously, what was the final score? 23-0, right?
Correct.
And so people see that final score and they say, yeah, Oregon smacked them. Texas, nah, not so much, right?
It was gritty.
Let me explain why I don't see this game like that. As y'all know, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Bruce knows that. And Bruce can attest to this. There were many seasons, many years where the Ravens had an elite defense, but not enough offense to help them out. So the defense is locking down, spending way too much time on the field, not getting enough help. And finally, the dam bursts. Finally, they crack, right? There's only so much you can do, especially with the rules and the modern play style of football, college or pro. It's not made for you to be able to dominate and win on defense only anymore. It's just not.
Yeah.
No matter how great your defense is, you need a great defense, but no matter how great it is, you can't win just with that anymore. And this is exactly what we saw from Texas Tech. Now, this is a situation where two things can be true, right? Again, Steve and I, we had a long talk about this morning, and here we go.
He's ready.
And, Steve, he was really going in on Texas Tech. So I got to give King of the Chat some credit here. Texas Tech's schedule this past season was just lousy. Let me read off their schedule to you. Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent State, Oregon State, Utah, Houston, Kansas, Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, BYU, UCF, West Virginia, BYU in the conference title game. Now, I do believe, and I still believe, this was an elite defensive team, one of the best in the country. And we saw that, throughout the game. They held on as long as they could, but they couldn't get enough offense going, which was also odd because they were number 2 in the nation in 20
Yes.
yards per plays this season. I think they had 19 plays or something like that of 20 or more yards this season. So they had the ability to get the shock plays, but again, they weren't doing it against the best competition. Real quick. Everyone gets on the Irish about not being in a conference.
Oh God.
Point of being in a conference, does that automatically make your schedule better when you have a schedule like what I just read off? I'm just
go to
curious.
the Big 12 then.
But the point is, it's narrative of join a conference, join a conference, join a conference. You can
Join the Big 12.
you can be in a conference and still have a crappy schedule. So what's the point? But anyway, we're not going to get into the Notre Dame thing. The point is,
Texas Tech
yes,
had only 2 games where they scored less than 30
right,
all
Really
season.
good team this year. That's
2
right.
games. And in those 2 games,
Mhm.
one of the scores was 29.
Mhm.
So that was right next to 30. And then when they lost against Arizona State, they had 20.
The Transformer, what happened?
In this game,
Yeah,
Cuffs.
what happened?
oh, they ran
They went
into
to jail.
a really good team that could match up with them physically, had speed, could play offensively, and play really good defense. So that's what happened.
Cuffs.
They hadn't seen a team like this all season.
Locked up. They
Real-
wouldn't
the
let
real
them
issue-
out.
Right.
So you guys are looking at it from like the full season standpoint and their journey to get here, like who they were.
Yeah.
The bottom line is during this game, and
Turnover.
maybe it is due to what you were saying. 0 for 3 on 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
So they were taken off the field.
Right.
They gave up sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So pressure was getting to them.
Through
6
2
penalties. That impacts your play calling.
Mm-hmm.
2 fumbles lost, 2 interceptions thrown.
Yeah.
They were
turn over
giving
the
the
ball.
ball away,
Can't win that way.
and they only had 1/3 of the game time possession.
Right.
Oregon was running them. The defense must have been exhausted because they were always on the field. Their team was turning
Yeah.
the ball over, putting them
Mhm.
in precarious positions, field position. They didn't have a chance playing like that.
Yeah.
Forget the passing yards and the rushing yards. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those turnovers, all
Yeah.
those penalties, and
Right.
how those drives were getting turned over.
Yeah. Now I forgot about the turnovers. That's a great point, Sneed. I was just thinking just the general kind of
How does a
overall-
college
overarching
football
element.
team have 1/3 of the game possession?
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Damn,
Not with that.
dude.
Not with you. I've woken up 3 times. She just goes right back to sleep. I don't know what's wrong with her. I have no idea. And you know what? She said, like, before I sat down in this chair, up. She waits till I sit in this chair. She waits till I feel like she can
'Cause now
hear
she
me
knows
debating.
You're safe. You're chilling.
She's
Yeah,
like,
safe.
oh, he's debating. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's like that. I'm her soothing music
That's it.
when I'm in here. When
Oh,
I'm
you
in here
might as well-
debating,
you might as well get an elephant seal at this point, bro.
Yeah. for real.
bro. I'm like, God, leave, man.
Great point by Liam0713. As fancy as people want to make it, the game is always dominated at the line of scrimmage. And we're seeing that, right? All those years that we talked about on the last topic, when Alabama was dominant, they were dominating in the trenches. When we saw Ohio State win last year, dominant in the trenches. Michigan the year before, dominant in the trenches. When we saw Georgia doing their thing, killing, right? Dominating in the trenches. Like, I don't know why. I get it. Throwing the ball all over the place and air raid is sexy, but guess what? The air raid never won anything, right? They won games. They never won a championship. So it looks cool, but it's not the way you win, right? And this is why we're seeing Miami,
There we go.
having the success that they're able to have because they built it O-line, D-line, and they're dominating that way. And we see it year in, year out. So we saw the same thing here. And the fact is, Texas Tech had been dominating in the trenches all year long, but they met a team that could match up with them, and they couldn't deal with it. And just
Bro, those weren't trenches, bro. They were dominating the sandbox. They weren't dominating trenches. So if you haven't been playing good competition, then you finally meet it.
Yeah.
You're getting punched in the mouth. You're like, I don't know what this feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready for this.
Right. And this is what we saw. Oregon wins 23-0. And it wasn't a particularly outstanding showing by Oregon, despite the shutout and despite taking, 4 turnovers off of these guys. It still didn't look like a dominant performance.
I mean,
Because
because
there
it
was a couple
wasn't.
of field goals and a couple of
Right.
TDs, and the one
No,
TD
it
was
could-
late.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It really wasn't a dominant performance because Texas Tech's defense was trying to hold on. They're like,
Yes.
yo, look, we're stopping them. We're holding them to 3 in the first quarter. Hey, we can hold them to 3 in the second quarter. They were looking at the offense like, yo, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like score. Stop
They
giving
did
the
do
ball back.
something. They turned the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
Stop
That's
giving
what
the
they were
ball
doing.
back.
Right.
Like,
Right.
dang.
And you put them right back out there. They can only hold but for
You can
so
only
long.
hold-
Like that.
Exhaustion is a real thing.
It's a
You
real
get
thing.
tired.
Doesn't
you come
matter
out of
how
that,
great
you come out of
the
that
is.
halftime and you're like, God,
What do you think in the minds of Texas Tech? Do you think that this is what they thought the game was going to be?
No.
They thought they were going to get shut out? No. Did they
No,
think
they
they would score 7-10 points? No. They probably thought they were going to score 20 something points.
They
thought
believed
it was
that
gonna
they
be
were
a
gonna
shootout.
go out there and dominate the way they dominated all season, and it didn't happen that way.
Not even close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dominated. Reverberated. They
Mhm.
got reverberated.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got reverberated. Absolutely. Dante Moore didn't even have a great game. 26 to 33, 234, no touchdowns and a pick. That's not a great game.
And he
But we
fumbled.
still get shut out.
He didn't lose it, but he fumbled.
Look at this. Oregon could not run the football. 47 carries for 64 yards. Texas Tech's defense did its job. They did its job, but
That's why when coach said,
couldn't overcome
what did
that.
I mean?
Right.
When coach said, what did I mean by they dominated? I'm talking about the time of possession. Oregon always had the ball because Texas Tech was giving it to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not about Oregon dominating the game itself.
No.
They just constantly had the ball. They just did a
Mhm.
little bit more.
Yeah. And
You know?
this is why I would have to favor Indiana in that rematch against Oregon, because Indiana's not going to give it to you.
No,
You know what
no.
I'm saying?
No, not at
So
all.
those extra possessions you got, you're not going to get those against the Hoosiers.
That
You
would
have-
be the most uncharacteristic, unlikely outcome. Is Indiana
Correct.
playing like that?
Correct.
No way.
When
And-
you have 81 plays on for your defense, bro,
Mhm.
you're exhausted.
Yeah.
By the time you get into the end of the third, and the whole fourth quarter, you're exhausted. 81 plays,
Sure.
34 passes, 47 rushing attempts.
Right.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
know
how you
that.
lose.
I know Dan Lanning, despite the win, he is really going to give these guys a tough time in practice this week, because he's going to say exactly what Coach T just said. Indiana is a complete football team. This is the best team in the country that you have to go and try to beat here in this
Yeah.
game. You know, they are a complete football team. So
And 3 points ain't gonna cut it.
no, 3 points ain't going to cut it. You can't count on getting 4 or 5 turnovers off of these guys. You have to
Big
make
hole.
the most out of every opportunity. You can't think that you're going to run 47 times for 64 yards and beat these dudes. Although,
Hell no.
Not
Hell
against them
no.
boys.
but
Nah.
I give credit for Oregon not going away from the run ever. It didn't work out, but you still have to have the threat of it there to keep the opposition honest. You have to.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they were never losing, so
Right.
they could afford to
That's
run
true.
the
They could
ball
continue
without a lot of success.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point, Sneed. That's a great
47
point.
attempts. I mean, your average yard per carry is 1.4.
Is that like 1.5? Yeah.
1.4.
That's nasty. That's nasty work.
That's
But
what you say. Hey, don't abandon nothing, bro. We're running the football.
But that shows you how good the freaking Texas Tech defense is, though.
Yes.
They're really
Nobody averaged
I know
more
that.
than 2.8 a carry.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
I know they're a running football team, Coach T. I know that. All right. Let's
Great.
take a couple calls on this, and then we will move on.
Come on, Navy. Finish it out, baby.
Yeah. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264.
See, this
We'd love to
game-
hear from you on Oregon, Texas Tech.
This game is not like Bama versus Indiana.
No, it was very different.
Not even close.
No, not even close.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, I don't care that Bama scored 3. They got
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed.
Here we go. King of the chat. What's up, man? If you're calling to belittle Texas Tech, I'm going to hang up now. Nah, go ahead, bro. What's up, Steve?
Well, that was nice talking to you.
No, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. Let it rip, bro.
No, we talked about
Well-
this morning.
All right, I'll expand a little bit of my perspective. I'm not going to just pick on Texas Tech. I'm going to pick on the entire Big 12.
Mm.
They suck. They're ass. They're not good. And the
Wow.
fact that they're a Power 4 conference is a joke.
Oof.
And this is what I would say. Yes, the SEC has their big time media bias, but we can go through every conference. I'm defending Notre Dame, so you're back on my team. We can go through every conference and look at some of the top heavy teams, and
Right.
when you really dive through, it's like they didn't play anybody, and the minute they did, they got punched in the mouth, and they didn't know how to respond. We saw it with Texas Tech, and I'm going to go as far to say yes. Screw Texas Tech. Their coach was publicly crapping on Notre Dame for being independent, and they were saying how we don't play anybody. And it's like, screw you, buddy. Your team's supposedly in the playoffs. Worry about what you have to do and handle your business, but you couldn't because you're in a conference and you don't play anybody. I saw Notre Dame play 2 top 10 teams to start the season. I didn't see Texas Tech play anybody with a breath, and the second they did, they folded like a piece of paper. The Big 12 is garbage. They're probably going to stay garbage. Arizona State was an anomaly last year, but if you even remember, that was hot potato to the very end between them and Colorado and Iowa State.
Kansas,
So it's like there's nobody in the Big 12 going into next year outside of Texas Tech spending a bunch more money. But even then, they're going to go through a Big 12 conference. They're not going to be tested. And when somebody has a heartbeat, they're going to get punched in the mouth. I'm glad they lost. I root against the Big Ten, you know that. But I'm glad to see them get exposed because their coach is a jackass. Keep Notre Dame's name out of your mouth. Handle your own business. Go schedule somebody in the non-conference to at least give yourself a chance. Those are my thoughts.
All fair.
Sounding good to me.
That was a pretty good rant.
Very
That
good
was a
rant.
good
No, it was all
Short
fair.
and sweet and straight to the point.
Exactly. I feel reverberated after getting that off my chest.
Gotta feel
I
reverberated.
feel like you've been saying this for about 6 to 8 weeks, though.
Yes.
Sneed, this is not a dig, and this isn't
Right.
I told you so. But
Right.
to me, I think we're
one.
seeing it's like, yeah, I have a Notre Dame bias. I'm a Notre Dame fan. But when I hear this rhetoric around all these Power 4 conferences, we play in a conference, we won our conference. And I'm sitting there thinking, Notre Dame plays nothing but Power 4 teams.
Pretty much.
We'll play SEC teams. We'll play Big Ten teams. We play ACC teams because of that 5-game deal. So it's like, don't tell me just because you won the Big 12 or, you're a top 2 team in this conference or that conference that you actually did something because we're seeing these conferences grow so much.
Right.
You can hide a lot of garbage in there. Let's be honest. And I'll wait till the Ohio State segment, but that's what happened to Ohio State this year. It wasn't their fault they didn't play Oregon and Indiana in the regular season. But it's like when they went the entire year not playing anybody worth a shit, then they played Indiana, and then they played Miami back-to-back. It's like a wake-up call. If you remember, Sneed, I called in and I said, what are your thoughts on Ohio State? Maybe I'll wait till that topic comes up. I don't mean to jump ahead. But sticking to Texas Tech, it applies. They didn't play anybody all year. We had to pretend because ESPN rolled them out like they're some special team. And it's like, okay, you beat West Virginia by 30. You beat Arizona by 30. You beat BYU, who showed us in their bowl game they're not really good. I don't know. I'm over the Big 12. I'm glad their coach got exposed. Keep Notre Dame's name out your mouth. Go Irish.
Fair enough.
All right, fellas. I'll call back later. I'm not going to hold
All right,
it up any
Steve.
longer.
All right. Great call, Steve. Thanks, brother.
But he's consistent. Everything he said was fair. Everything
Yeah,
is what
absolutely.
he's been saying all season. He's not, just jumping out the woodwork like, whack-a-mole. Here I am with this new thing. It's
No, he's
been a
right.
consistent message from him. It's fair.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's go ahead and move to the next game. This was probably the game of the night, huh? This was one I did not expect the result that we got. This was Ole Miss and Georgia in an SEC battle, which I thought was I didn't like it. It was pretty slick by the committee to ensure that an SEC team would make it to the semifinal the way they bracketed that out. Like, come on, man. We see it, right? They made sure. And I'm like, come on, really? This is what we had to do? Because they did not want, because we got to remember, ESPN, college football playoff, right?
Would
ESPN,
Oregon beat Georgia or Ole Miss?
Yes. Yeah, I think they could.
Would Texas Tech beat Oregon, Georgia or Ole Miss?
I don't think they beat Georgia.
I think they could beat Ole Miss. I don't think they could beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we saw that their offense, can get in a lot of problems, and Georgia's defense is good enough to shut that down. So yeah.
And Kirby Smart's one hell of a coach. He's gonna figure that shit out.
Yeah,
very fast.
But hopefully his championship window's closed. I think that's a wrap for that.
He's got 2.
Yeah, he's got 2.
Yeah,
he's got 2
2
back. Which look, nobody can take that from him. But once again, all of a sudden, the mighty SEC magic drying up. Very interesting. But you know what? I'm just going to be quiet because they still have 2 teams. They still have a team in this thing, right? That could theoretically win it all. I don't see it, but it's possible. All right. So last night we saw Georgia and Ole Miss pulls the upset 39-34. And real quick, this is one thing. Georgia's defense is never going to be what it was those 2 years that they won the championship. We're not going to see that again, right? Is that same thing? Right. And they were completely dominant, not letting anyone get anything. And now you're seeing teams regularly put 30 plus on them. And we saw last night Trinidad Chambers do his thing. And that kid he's dangerous. And I'll tell you, he could very well cause Miami some serious issues based on the fact that Miami is so aggressive with the upfield pass rush, and he can get out and make plays. Even though he's a real pocket passer, he can get out and make plays with his legs, as we saw, and throw on the move. And so Miami has to be very careful with their rush lane discipline when they're dealing with this guy, because he can make things bad on you, as we saw.
The key in this game, this was the second time they played.
Yeah.
Right? And if you saw the first game, you were like, okay, Ole Miss could beat them, right? Because that game was, they can play with them. It was the fourth quarter. You go back and you look at the fourth quarter. 3 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt. 5 plays, turnover on downs. That was your fourth quarter, right? Chambliss went ghost in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Alabama scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal to come back from 35-33 and win the game 43-35.
Right.
That was that fourth quarter. You go back to last night. Ole Miss, touchdown, and a field goal. Flipped it. Chambliss went 13 consecutive passes. And some of them, I'm like, yo, how did he get that off?
For sure.
How did the ball get there?
Yeah.
Right? Miraculous catch, miraculous throws.
Yeah.
He made up for okay, we had him last game, and I'm the reason why we lost that game.
Right.
He took full responsibility and said, this time, I'm putting belt to ass in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. Just completely dominated the line, dominated the field, everything. And Georgia tried to get cute at the end. I mean, not Georgia, the refs. They tried to get real cute at the end with them, calling them pulling these flags out of nowhere, but blatantly missing face. I don't understand, how can you miss face masks multiple times in a row?
Ironically, the penalties for each team were about the same, in terms of how often they got called for flags.
It seemed that way though.
At the very end is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
not the whole game,
because then it becomes like timing issue. It's when it doesn't happen, right?
Exactly.
So, like they were trying to give Georgia,
the opportunity to come down the field.
A little some.
Yeah.
I mean, the Georgia defense was getting cooked.
Oh yeah.
The strength of their team did not look strong.
Because then they lost the safety early in the game.
Yeah.
With targeting. He got hit for call for targeting.
You're out of there. They don't play it. They always call it that way.
Yeah. But no, man. I mean, it was a tale of 2 different games, man. Obviously still a high scoring. Both teams are going to go out there and score. But this game was literally the flip in reverse of the fourth quarter from last game. And Chambliss, man, kudos to you, bro. He stood in the fire. I saw Mama in the crowd. Every time he made a play, they panned to Mama. Mama, my baby got you on y'all ass today. I'm pretty sure she said that. In one of the videos.
You know he's a Navy brat, right? Chambliss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, go Navy, man.
I thought about y'all when I saw that.
Yeah. But he went out there and he showed out, man. He showed out in that fourth quarter. And Kirby Smart couldn't do nothing but take that hat and tip it. He was
Yeah.
You got me today. It's
Yeah.
like this fourth quarter, you busting ass.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yeah,
Of
no,
course
he
you
made he played fantastic, made tremendous plays, as you said. And to me, it's going to be so interesting to see how Miami can deal with that. I think the key is going to be to keep Ole Miss offense off the field.
Correct.
Pound them physically in the run game and just, move them all over the place and exhaust
What's a
that.
Miami strength? You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
Whenever you try to get cute, people are learning the hard way. You try to get cute in these games, it always backfires. You have to be true to yourself. You got to be the team that you knew what you were all season, and you can't let the other team take you out of it.
Right.
I'm going to get to Ohio State in a minute.
Yeah.
But if you look
We'll
at the
get there.
teams that won, they took their strength, they exploited their own strength, and then they picked apart something about the other team
Mhm.
and made them doubt themselves in that aspect. Ole Miss, man, wow. I thought Georgia was going to win it, personally, especially if you were watching the game and you saw the halftime, how literally the Bulldogs scored, 3 or 4 possessions in the second quarter? They produced 3 touchdowns on 4 possessions. They looked unstoppable. It was just a totally different game in the second half. The team responded.
35-13. A little butt cutting. A little butt cutting out of Navy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see the Navy right there when you see
Army
the
won the
veterans.
Pinstripe Bowl.
You know what I'm saying?
We won our game. We won our ball game.
Don't nobody care.
We didn't win ours. But...
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Okay. No. Maybe next year, son.
Maybe.
Liberty City, baby.
No doubt.
Let's go. All right, go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
Edward, man, you shouldn't come in here all late asking questions, man. Damn. You better put it at the beginning and put it on 2 times speed or something and catch up. Anyway.
Is Steve freeze? Oh, okay. No, he's reading something.
Yeah. No, we're getting there, Javon. I think you're new, Giovanni. So what up? Appreciate you being here, man. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Yeah, we need that. Help us out.
You picked up on that name pretty fast. I would have messed it up.
That's what it looks like, Giovanni, right?
I would have said Juvie. I would have said Juvie. Juve.
You got a new pair of Jabot jeans on. Oh my goodness. That was like the Southern broken language. That one.
All right, nobody want to call in about Georgia. That's shocking. Nobody calling in about probably the best game of the damn day.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, that was the
It
best
was-
game of the weekend.
The Canes played a great game, bro.
No, that was a great game too.
I mean,
That was a great game.
it was tough being on that side, but watching
Yeah.
the Canes were really good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, well let's go to that. We'll knock that one out and then let the people relax for the evening.
And I'm gonna mute my mic because Sneed is about to cook.
He's about to cook like I had to cook on the Celtics when they
oh yeah.
BS in the
I had to give you your 3 minutes moment of silence.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so 3 minutes. We're gonna mute our mics in 3, 2, and 1. Sneed, you got it.
Man, the Miami Hurricanes, I have to root for them the rest of the way. That's a really, really good football team. Shout out to Carson Beck, who a lot of people probably turned their back on. I don't think a lot of people thought he was going to be in this moment competing like this. Right. I think a lot of us were, so for sure. But he's very resilient. They did their thing. The running game was spectacular at the end of the game, putting the nail in the coffin, right?
Hello?
Who's this?
This is Giovanni, bro. I'm in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Giovanni? Appreciate you. Sneed, hold on 1 second. Giovanni, man, we moved on to the next topic, but since you're new, I'm gonna go ahead and take your call, man. What you got, brother? Give us your call real quick.
Nah, I was going to tell you, I think Miami gonna win it all, bro.
Okay.
I don't think nobody trenches as good as you went on both sides of the ball. I feel like if you look at how Mario built this team, you got to have some big boys up front on both sides of the ball. And I felt like, nobody didn't want to let us in and give us a chance because they knew what time it was when we had that opportunity.
I think Miami is very battle tested. I think when you go up to Texas A&M, 12th man, and play against 109,000 fans, and you could win that, I think you're battle tested going to the Ohio State game. And I kept saying, I said, Ohio State hasn't played anybody. And the thing about Ohio State is a lot of teams who play them, they already come in scared. This team is full of a bunch of juniors and seniors who are very battle tested since day one. So going into this Ole Miss game, Miami played every running quarterback. Miami only gave up 74 rushing yards in total for every running quarterback they played this year. And that's a stat that I think y'all should check out. If we could contain Cowan, Lacey, and Chamberlain, we win the game. Because Ole Miss defense ain't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense ain't really like that. Ole Miss want to spread you out. But like I said, Miami got ball. You know what I'm saying? Our starting freshman back there, 13. Brad Fitzgerald, he got 6 interceptions. Number 8, Thomas got 6. And then our other safety got 4. So, I mean, we want him to throw the ball. We want him to test the secondary. I think we're going to put it on the field. We're going to run the ball. We're going to tire them out. But I got Miami beating Ole Miss like, I give them 28-17, if that.
Okay.
But that's my call, though. That's my call. I appreciate y'all having me on the platform.
Hey, thank you, brother. Don't be a stranger, man. Hit that like and subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notifications. But I appreciate the call, man.
I got you. I appreciate it. All right.
All right, fam. Easy. My bad, Sneed. That was a good call. I wanted to get him in because he's a new caller. We haven't heard from him before.
It's all good.
Yeah, but go ahead, brother.
No, bump that. No, we had to rewind the tape. Sneed, start from the top, please.
The Buckeyes offensive line got handled. The defensive line wasn't as good as they normally are. The difference makers for the Buckeyes could have been in the secondary, but you know, I would say that I don't know. The Canes didn't really have that much trouble dealing with that. I mean, they made some really tough conversions in the first half. I thought Ohio State had to score at the end of the first half in order to make this game legitimately winnable for them. They were playing on their back of their heels in the second half. There was urgency to have to score. Julian Sayin hasn't really shown his ability to do that this year. When he's had to score, he has not been able to score. He looked vulnerable against Indiana. These guys did the same thing to him. They found a couple of things that worked in the second half, but it was too late. They ran out of time. And then, you know, they gave up the score at the end. They just couldn't. The Hurricanes they were able to run the ball. They kept pushing the line forward, and Ohio State couldn't stop them, so they couldn't get the ball back. I think what we've now seen on multiple occasions is Ryan Day not finding what's working quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
So last year against Michigan, he didn't really find it. This year against Indiana, Julian Sayin looked like he wasn't ready. Bruce, you remember I had this conversation with you on live stream about Julian Sayin, and my fear was he wasn't prepared yet. He wasn't battle tested. He didn't have any come from behind wins. He didn't have any game-winning drives. He didn't have a moment where he had to score.
Right.
He was always operating from a position of advantage. Bro, it's a different feeling when you're down and you have to score.
Mm-hmm.
And they made his life hard. Miami's defense was on him. Pressure from the edges, pressure from the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohio State didn't find the things that worked until late third quarter, and then into the fourth. And Julian Sayin had a couple of batted balls. There were a couple of deflections.
Yeah.
So Julian Sayin looked his age. He looked his experience level. The same way he kind of looked against Indiana. He looked again. Right. He made a couple of throws, but they were like later in the game. It was like third quarter. He found the seam a couple of times with the tight end, Kabersik, whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah.
He made a couple of nice plays, but you found that late. You decided you wanted to run the ball late. Like you're like, oh yeah, we have 2 running backs that can legitimately run it. We'll throw a couple of screens. Third quarter, Ryan Day has some culpability here. The guys in Miami made Ryan Day look like he was a below average coach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the first time Ryan Day has looked overmatched.
Yeah, no, I hear all of that you're saying, and I don't disagree. I'm just wondering why Ryan Day, an offensive guy who clearly studied the tape, why there wasn't much more screen game integrated into his offensive game plan against a team that
He
is
never had to.
So bad against that.
He never had to.
Yeah.
He never had to run the screen game all year.
But
Go
you
look at watch the
you
games.
see what Miami does. They have defensive tackles. They have defensive ends. They get.
I get it. I get
feel.
Ryan Day's thing. He truly
Okay.
believes that I can win with my guys the way I want to, because it worked for him all year until Indiana.
Right.
But I guarantee you, he probably should have studied the Indiana loss a little bit more as it pertains to his quarterback. He
Mhm.
probably should have focused on the things that he was able to do against Indiana and
Yeah.
focused on what Miami was going to probably throw his way. They would have said,
Right.
you know what? Let's go back and watch all the pressure plays. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys noticed it. The edge rushing from Miami was beating Ohio State's line.
They were getting to him.
And there was a blitz right up the A gap. And shout outs to the young fella freshman.
Knocked him right over.
Running back.
Trucked him right over.
We got took.
And then walked over him to get to the quarterback.
But what I'm saying is, I'm giving a shout out to the young fella for understanding his assignment, not being afraid, and trying to pick up that blitz.
He
And
tried.
the end result was not good, but
He tried.
hey, he showed a lot of heart there, didn't he? But no,
So no,
the crazy
before you
thing
say
was-
that,
Yeah.
before you go, Bruce. So you said Ryan Day was in the way. Couldn't get out his own way, right?
To some degree.
So is this fair to say this is the disease of me? Is this fair? Are we good here? I thought this was your cue, Bruce. No, the disease of me. Okay, no, never mind. I digress. I'm sorry. I thought that was the cue.
I don't think that was quite a disease of me. Fam.
Okay, all right.
I don't
All right.
I think he
Okay.
could have done better with his game plan.
Yeah,
But especially when you saw what Miami was doing early and throughout the first half,
fair.
I think you could have made some adjustments there.
Fair.
Yeah, I
Proceed.
think definitely it should have been a lot of like the one time he tried to
Bro,
the little
to
flanker
have-
screen from outside.
To have those two elite running backs and have 45 yards rushing is embarrassing.
substandard. Yes,
And only 24 carries. Yeah.
but Ohio State hasn't been the elite running team of the past.
You know,
over, like, the last
45
couple
yards
years,
in 4
especially not
quarters
this
of
year.
college football, Bruce.
Listen, I agree. I'm with you.
Or
I mean,
in
to
two
be
halves.
fair, they're also calculating saying sacks. So
Okay,
to be
yeah,
fair,
okay,
it's like
that's
it was really like 80 or 90 yards.
Yeah. No, that's
So,
a
but
good
they're
point.
counting the fact
Yeah, you got
that
sacked
Saying got
5
sacked.
Great
Yeah.
point. Great point. And so here's the other thing, right? When you looked at what Miami did in the second half, Ohio State made solid adjustments, but somehow coming down the stretch, Miami, I think they just out toughed them, and there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
Because for the most of the second half, I said, okay, Ohio State's back in this thing. They're going to win this game. But
Let me show you how you're right, Bruce. Let me prove
Okay.
your point.
sure.
Jeremiah Smith had 7 receptions,
Yes.
157 yards, and a TD,
Went off.
and the Buckeyes lost.
That's
Most of that was in the second half.
yeah.
But
That man
that's
came out the
proof of
gate.
what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's gonna eventually break out. That's just
Yeah.
what great players do. Eventually, he got the ball, and you saw he had a different gear than everybody else.
Yes.
But that's it.
Yeah.
There was nothing else consistently done by the Buckeyes. Everything was disjointed. Everything was
Right.
non-contiguous. Everything was kind of fragmented. Nothing was done consistently. They came up with 0 points at the end of the second quarter.
Jeez. God damn, Sneed. You pulled that one out your ass, bro. Like,
I'm
no,
educated.
bro.
Come on, man.
I'll spell it, bro.
Shit. I don't need you to. I believe you.
But you won't be believing me though.
Because I
not a
nailed all
teacher.
my spelling so far. I nailed them all, bro. Ask about me, see if you ain't
He's
heard.
he's undefeated.
Never lost.
Never lost. He's the
Yo,
best. He's the best. There it is.
Yo, the worst.
Bro,
We
so
talking
Ryan
about 4
Day,
years spelling bee
as,
champ.
Right,
as great
right.
as Ryan Day has been, there's a
Mhm.
lot of good things to celebrate.
Agreed.
He's done this a few times.
Mhm.
And I just got done
last
talking
year
about
against
the guy over at Alabama.
Mhm.
Ohio State is not going to find a guy better than this.
No.
So you have to take the good and the bad. Like if he ends up winning a national championship again in the next 5 years,
Mhm.
he'll have 2.
Not a lot of guys can say that.
Yeah. So like I just
Mhm.
know this about him now.
Yeah.
Well, I knew this about him against Michigan when he had the most talent he's ever had.
Right.
And he lost to Michigan in a game that meant nothing to anybody
In a rock
except those two teams.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, Coach T, you're right. 2 turnovers and a missed field goal did him in 2. Yeah, you can't win these games against good teams losing that turnover battle. We talk
Julian
about it every
Sand
week.
turned over the ball the same way he turned it over against Indiana. Miami
Right.
studied that film and saw it, and
Yes.
Ryan Day should have somehow called the game in a way that was going to keep Julian Sand out of
Gotta
that
protect
predicament,
these guys
and
sometimes.
those edge protectors for the Buckeyes just weren't able to do it.
Well, I mean, how much extra protection can you have? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
'Cause
no,
if you
it's
go-
about pocket manipulation. It's about
That's-
running
but
the
he's
ball. It's about, bro, they pinned their ears back and ran in.
Yes.
If
they
you
did.
feel comfortable, if you're just blitzing and edge rushing, you have no fear of him.
They come.
They
get
didn't
you.
fear
And I
Julian
guarantee
Sand
you,
yesterday or
they're
2 days
not-
ago. Yeah.
They're not going to bring pressure the same way when they play Ole Miss because Chambliss can get out of there and beat you.
Yes,
Sure.
he can.
They're gonna be much more
Discipline.
much more disciplined in the way that they pressure that young fella. Yeah.
You know the Hurricanes almost played a perfect game, right?
Yeah, no, they did.
It was close. They had
Mhm.
like 1 or 2 mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
The one where they like ran into each other against Jeremiah Smith and he
Mm-hmm.
you know sprinted in for the score,
yeah,
and then their lone turnover. But they had a pick 6, bro.
right. That'll make
Literally
up
a
for
pick
lot.
6. That was the game.
That
The
literally
Buckeyes
flipped
didn't
it.
score in the first half, and they got a pick 6. That's the
Right.
game.
No, that'll make up for a lot, for sure. That will make up for a lot, man. That's tough. That's tough.
I like
Really?
the Miami Hurricanes. They play a sustainable process. They have a sustainable way of playing football because their guys are tough.
Yeah, and
You know, and
I-
they got some speed on the defense. They're a
Mhm.
good, really good team, bro.
But listen, I hate Miami because I'm a Notre Dame fan, right? Catholics versus convicts and all that. But I have nothing but respect for the way these guys play football, Snead, exactly what you're talking about. And that comes down to the same thing I always talk about. That's run the ball, stop the run, that old school physical mindset. Because at the end of the day, football is still a physical game, and you got to move guys. You got to overmatch them. Yeah, execution and speed and all that matters. But when it comes down to it, the physicality is the key. What are you laughing at? What's the matter with you?
Catholics versus convicts, bro.
You didn't know about that?
Bro, that's a real thing.
real
That
thing.
was a thing. That's not made up.
No.
That's a real
Who
thing.
made- who
No,
said that?
that was from the 80s.
Yes.
Miami Notre Dame rivalry, like when Michael Irvin was still in school.
Because what's his
Catholics
name was coaching? Jimmy
versus
Johnson was there.
Jimmy Johnson, yeah.
Convicts.
Yeah, because they had a bunch of degenerates on those Miami teams getting in trouble with the
It
law.
was like the movie. What was that movie called, Bruce?
Is that Longest Yard?
Longest.
Longest yard in the prison. The prison movie.
Yeah. Like these
Yo,
dudes-
that's hilarious.
yeah, they've been in massive fights before the game and all that. So somebody printed out a bunch of shirts that said Catholics versus convicts. And
That's hilarious.
yeah, that's been a real thing ever
Yeah.
since.
Yep.
Sheesh. Appreciate it, Steve. That's from 88.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm using that forever.
Yeah.
Catholics versus convicts.
Oh, Coach
Mhm.
T mentioned it in the live chat. Yep. Longest yard. Yep.
Oh boy.
No joke.
That's
Wait, wasn't
tough.
he in the movie? Wasn't Michael Irvin in the movie?
Yeah,
That's
he
what
played
Steve
receiver.
said. He was on the prison team. Yeah.
He
was
played
in the movie.
receiver.
Goldberg was in that movie. Yes.
Yeah,
Stone Cold.
Steve Austin.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, that's the redo.
You know, was Hustle Man in there?
Hustle Man. No.
No,
Yes,
Chris
he
Rock
was.
in it.
Yeah, Hustle Man was in there, wasn't
Hustle Man. Yeah, Hustle Man was one of the cheerleaders, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know Chris Rock was in it. I know he was.
Yeah, Chris Rock was in there.
Mhm.
He was the assistant coach.
Yeah.
He played the assistant
he? Yo,
coach.
Nick, your probation thing gonna be all right, bro. It's all
Nick,
good.
what's good, bro? This is okay. So this is Nick Wonderworker calling from the future. For those who don't know, Nick is in Australia, so he's
Oh,
calling
yeah.
back in time for us.
What's the lotto numbers, Nick?
I was about to say that.
What's the lotto numbers, Nick?
Yeah, Nick tunes in and calls us from the future, man. Hey, appreciate you, Nick. Happy New Year, brother. Hope everything goes well for you.
Bro, they're on like day 4 of the new year.
I know,
They're
right?
like a week ahead,
Bruh.
bro.
Week already, right?
He's like, New Year, man. That was last week. Where you been at? Where you been at?
No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. So let's do this before we wrap, y'all. Let's let's look at it. Do we have what do you call it? Do we have picks? I'm not asking scores or spreads or anything, but just picks from the two semifinal matchups, which will be Miami versus Ole Miss and
Ole Miss.
Oregon versus Indiana.
Indiana. Easy day.
Sneak.
Indiana, Ole Miss.
Indiana versus Miami in the national championship, sir.
That's what I got. I have Indiana versus Miami.
I think Indiana's going to win by a couple of scores. I think Miami finds a way to pull it out at the end. Carson Beck with a TD at the end of the game.
I think that
Nick.
Right. Happy New Year to
It's
you
2027
again, bro.
here.
Yeah.
That's 2027.
That's funny.
No, Steve. Yeah, Tracy Morgan. He played the cheerleader. I don't know if you remember the cheerleader. It was him and what's that? I think it was a Hispanic cat too. I forget the list of the characters that played the cheerleader. Man,
It's a big name cast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. Yep, the great Khalid. That's right.
I couldn't remember that name. I was like, dang, what was that 7'3"
that
dude?
himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Great Khali
Nelly
has
played
been
running
the-
back.
Largest person from India of all time, bro.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Qualified.
He's
And
really
clumsy as hell.
Yeah, bro. They're just you don't build humans that way. It just doesn't work.
Wemby
Like,
Wemby would beg to argue.
Yeah, but somehow he looks a little bit more fluid, right?
Yeah, he's out.
so skinny. That's why.
Yeah. He can get around.
If
Great
he was
Khali, like
Greg Khali
everything
had
was-
that he had that organ disease where the organs keep growing.
Oh, he had the gigantism. He's got that too.
Yeah, he
Oh,
had
wow.
so
That's
like
what
his
he
heart
loves.
was enlarging, all of
Yeah.
his organs. Yeah, bro.
Mhm.
Wow.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sneed has Indiana and Miami. I have Indiana and Miami as well. Transformer has Indiana and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So he's got Ole Miss pulling the upset over the U. I can't see it. And hey, who doesn't want to see Michael Irvin looking coked up on the sidelines, continuing to go?
You see him in that stretch position. That was crazy.
Yeah. And then whipping the Gatorade, the Gatorade.
Oh boy.
What is he doing?
Guess who was with him
This
though?
guy,
Guess who was
Mike
with him?
is-
Ray
Mike is a
Lewis.
wild
I saw
boy.
Ray
him.
Lewis was right
But
there
he
with
wasn't,
him in
he
the
wasn't
beat coat.
wilding
Yeah.
like Mike Irvin, though. He wasn't,
Well, you know, Ray is like sanctified now, so he can't get
Yeah,
get
Ray's a
crazy with
preacher,
it.
I think, right?
Yeah, he's
yeah, Ray is
sanctified.
very, yeah.
He
Can you
can't-
imagine that dude preaching?
I didn't come here to preach
mean-
today.
I mean, did you see his pregame speeches? Those were preachings.
I did.
Those were preaching.
Yeah.
Like, but today, it's in you. Every single one of you, every one of y'all got a heart, and that heart's beating, full of blood. And today, it's like, whoa! Forgot I'm human.
Gotta use the word pain about 6-7 times. Bro.
We bring pain. Like, hey, yo, Ray got me motivated for a game that I'm not even in.
Ray Lewis said, when I hit a man, I want to take a piece of his soul. Whoa, what? What? Like, is that necessary, Ray?
Yeah, it is. Very.
Son,
Now get you into the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
let me tell you about God. I'm like, oh snap! All right, here we go.
All right, let me lock you.
Woo. It's like, oh snap! Everybody buckle up.
Yeah, for real.
There's seatbelts in this church.
Seatbelt.
Security.
All right, y'all. But we are gonna. Oh wait, I was about to say I was about to leave. Let's take a couple calls on this 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Give us your thoughts on OSU versus Miami, and who do you think is going to win it all, and who do you think is going to win these two semifinal games?
You know what we have to say now, Bruce?
Give you about 2 minutes to call. If you don't call, we out.
You know what we have to say now, Bruce? We have
What's
to.
that?
We have to say that Ohio State was overrated, and we have to say that Miami was underrated. We have to.
Do
When
I
you see a
have to
game
say
like
Ohio
that-
was overrated?
I you have to, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
They got beat by two teams 2 weeks in a row in the two biggest moments of the season.
Okay.
You
All right.
have
Okay.
to say
Fair.
that the Buckeyes were overrated,
Fair.
Yeah, that's cool.
especially when you and I can blame whoever, but I just look at the wins and the losses. They lost to Indiana, they lost to Miami, and both of them looked like better teams for more of the game.
Okay. That's
I
fair.
have to.
That's
I have
fair.
to.
That's fair.
All right. Steve, king of the chat, what you got, man?
Not much. Y'all covered it pretty good. The one thing I would kind of push back a little bit, it's not that obviously Jeremiah Smith's a dog. He played like a dog in that game. And I know it's easy, when you see a pick six, it's like you automatically blame the quarterback. But, man, when you see that pick six, that's on Jeremiah Smith, bro. Like, that's not Sayan's fault. If you watch that play, he's the inside receiver, I believe, and he's supposed to be the lead block. You can't let that corner come crashing, or that nickel, whoever it is, come crashing in untouched. So it's like, I get it. Sayan didn't look his best. He definitely deserves some of the blame, but that pick six, it's like, we kind of got to call it as it is. It's like, that wouldn't have happened if Jeremiah blocked.
But when did it happen, Steve?
What's that?
When did it happen?
What are you
Think
talking
about the juncture. Think about the juncture of the game. The
Right.
Hurricanes didn't score yet. That was their first score of the game.
Yep.
And Ohio State did not score the entire first half. So
Right,
think about how important that moment was.
Yeah, I agree. I still think Jeremiah should have blocked him. But yeah, that's a big momentum, and that takes the confidence out of a young quarterback. Is that what you're alluding to?
No, it's the momentum of the game. It has nothing to do with the quarterback. That was a touchdown, the easiest touchdown that they got all game. They were not really all that impressive offensively outside of that. From that moment, they scored 6 points. They end up going up. They didn't score before that. I mean, what I'm saying is the game was dictated by that touchdown. It put Ohio State on their back heels. Ohio State didn't score in the first half. Zero.
Like a little bit of pushback. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, that's a huge momentum shift. But Miami drove down the field and coughed the ball up before that. So they were running the ball fairly well on Ohio State. So it's like, if
they get that one TD, Steve,
goal, maybe I would agree. That's a huge momentum thing. My point is like, I get it. It's early in the game. When you have a big play like you can make up for that early in the game. My whole thing was, it's like, and I'm in Ohio, man, so I'm already hearing it from locals and people, like, they're all crapping on Sayan and he's the worst and he should, Kyle McCord, let him go. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, the pick six really wasn't his fault. That's a scheduled screen. It's not like that's a second option play where you have to read things. If Jeremiah picks up the block, that guy does not come in free and pick sixes. Now, I agree with you. It's a big momentum thing. It's this, but it's like, that was what, the end of the first quarter, early second quarter? I can't remember exactly.
It was in the second quarter, and then Miami scored again. So it's 14-0 at half.
Yeah, it was 14-0 at half. But all I'm saying is, in the context of the game, as early as that happened, and it was still technically a one-score game, like, yes, that's a defining moment. But knowing how Ohio State, because they scored, 14 points after that. I know it came in the second half or the third quarter, but it's like 7 points in the first quarter is not going to lose you the game. Like, it's a defining moment. And when we look back, it seems like it gets highlighted as such a thing, but I'm not sitting here thinking like, I'm also referencing not you, but a lot of guys, because I'm in Ohio. A lot of my friends are Ohio State fans. They're already like throwing the towel in on saying it was all his fault.
It's his first year.
Like, dude, I was
he played like a first year quarterback would play against Indiana and Miami in the most important moments.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Let me ask you this, Nate. And I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but does he look small to you?
Yes,
he looks average. He looks average.
He looks a little
I don't know why, but maybe it's the fact that they lost the 2 games and it stands out differently. But like, watching him against Indiana and Miami, it was like, I didn't realize he looked this small. Like,
he actually, what really bothers me? The thing that bothers me the most about Sayan is he seems unwilling to want to leave the pocket. In college football, you can leave the pocket.
Yeah, but he's a pure drop back guy. You can see that.
And I'd say this too, like, he's he doesn't strike me as the typical Ohio State quarterback.
Usually bigger guys, right?
What you just brought up. Like,
Yeah.
it's not to say like
6'1", 208.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not that big.
No, it's not tall.
You think when you watch Ohio State really flowing with their offense, they have a quarterback. It's not that he's a true running quarterback, but they have a guy that can move. Sayan might be a little too small yet, because what would you say, Twizzle? He's under 210?
Nice. Yeah, 6'1", 208. When he bulks up, he gets to 210.
That might be something that he's got to work on and can develop into. But at 210, he's probably a little
man a
small to
sandwich.
run around. But I don't know. Do you think a lot of this is what I want to ask me too? Do you think a lot of this has to deal with like they played their best games at the back end of the season and it kind of like snuck up on them and bit them a little bit? Like, I think if they played, if they'd have played Oregon and Indiana in a regular season or something, played them, week 6, week 8, something like that, where it's like, maybe you lose, but you kind of learn something from it. But the fact that both of these games were at the tail end of the season, I think that hurt them.
When did they play Indiana? How long ago was that?
Right, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. So what happened between 2 weeks ago and Wednesday?
What do you mean?
I mean, he
Got
played
cold
basically
feet.
the same type of game.
Yeah.
He had a
we're
little
talking
bit
about
more
game, boy.
success against Miami, right? He made some throws to Jeremiah Smith, but some of the same things where it was like pressure came and life got hard.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the second half, he made a couple of throws. He found his tight end. They got a couple of screens going. They ran the ball a little bit, but it was 14-0 at halftime. I'm going to stand on that. 14-0 at halftime changed the way the Buckeyes looked at this game.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you.
I
think we can learn, like, how do I want to say this?
And I'm not out on Julian
there's
Sayin,
bad things you can
and I'm
point
not out
out
on Ryan Day, and I'm not out on the Buckeyes, but they just proved that as a team they were overrated. That you have to admit that now. Like, a lot of people, there's a lot of celebration and adulation about the defensive side of this team, and that line got run yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was going to say. I mean,
by the way, Carnell Tate, I think his draft status slides a little bit.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
I
really
What
agree.
has he done against Indiana? He had what, two catches or 3 catches, and then he follows it up with 3 catches yesterday.
I think a lot of this hype comes from the recency. It's like they just dominated last year in the playoffs the way they did, but that was last year's team. And I know they brought Jeremiah back, and he's probably gonna be the number 1 pick when he's available.
For sure.
Should be.
I get it, but as a team, when I'm hearing people saying like, "Oh, Ohio State's defense this year and they're better than last year," that's where I was like, "This sounds."
Statistically, they were, but did it matter the last 2 weeks?
Well, I get statistically it did, but to me, I think last year's team, it's like they were tested throughout the year. They went to Oregon early and played a close hit. Like, they played a slug match with Oregon early last year. Penn State was
Texas played them
last
tough too,
year.
week
They
1.
were tested in the regular season versus this year.
Texas played them tough
came
week
to
1.
start the season. It's not their fault Texas wasn't good to start the year. It really wasn't until like week 6, week 7 when we saw Texas actually show any bit of life. It wasn't until the Oklahoma game. But that's not on Ohio State. Like, it's not like I'm not crapping on them. It's not their fault Texas wasn't really worth a shit until like week 7.
I think we should play Notre Dame week 2 every year.
I'm down, bro. I wish we would do that. I wish we'd play Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State every year. I'm so.
I'd like to play Notre Dame every week 2, and we could alternate home and away.
It benefits
Is
us.
there a nickname for that? Catholics versus what?
I don't know.
I don't
man.
know.
No, there's no nickname for that.
Dang it.
What nickname we could give Ohio State, but I'm down for it. I would
But
like.
you got to think about it like this: neither team would be dinged for losing that game.
Hell no.
It would be
Hell
like
no.
the game of the week. It would have huge buzz, and if the team won it, great. And if a team lost it, oh well, they lost to a good opponent.
Yeah, I I agree, but here's the problem. People are going to try to play this stuff on Notre Dame where it's like, well, you need to join a conference or we're not going to play you. Now, I'm not accusing Ohio State, but it's like that's now going to be a thing. Like, as much as I love Notre Dame, I have to be a realist. Like, you're going to have teams saying, well, they're benefiting the conference champion no matter what. Why would I schedule a non-conference game that doesn't benefit me when I can just skate through my conference?
Mhm.
But we're seeing it also in real time. Teams that went through and won their conferences and didn't play anybody, they're getting exposed really fast in these playoffs. So it's kind of like pick your poison. How do you want to do it? You willing to sacrifice a regular season loss or two, before you hit conference play? I don't know. So we'll see. I'm all for it.
But who's keeping an Ohio State team with one loss? Who's going to keep them out of the playoff?
Nobody.
Are they keeping them out with 2 losses? Probably not.
I think if Ohio State were to lose early, let's hypothetical. Ohio State plays Notre Dame week 1 or week 2. Say they lose, they go into their conference, win their conference, and then they lose in the conference championship, and they have 2 losses. They're still getting in.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
they'll be like the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th team. If you have a bunch of one-loss teams. If you got a bunch of
Depending on how
one-loss
Notre
teams.
Dame might finish in this hypothetical, you might even be higher. So
Right.
it all kind of depends. But, yeah, I'd be all for that.
I always say worst case
All I'm
scenario,
saying is,
it'd be top 10.
I get it. It's easy to throw stones at saying he didn't have his best performances in those last 2 games when it mattered most. I get it. But I look at that kid and I think this kid's got real arm talent.
Yo.
I think this is his first full season. I just hate to see because I'm in Ohio. I hear it from the fan base. They wanted Kyle McCord.
But did
out.
they admit that Ryan Day didn't help him?
That I agree with. Listen, I'm not trying to just shit on the guy.
You remember when Sayan beat Texas week 1?
Yeah, I thought he looked good. He made
Ryan Day helped him.
Yeah.
He called the game perfect for Julian Sayan's first game ever. You had to call the game to help Julian Sayan after watching Indiana. You knew what could happen. You have to
Here's
play
a
that
question
way.
for you, Sneed. How much is the Heartline affect? How much does the Heartline thing affect this? Because
It's a thing.
if Ryan
I don't
Day,
think it did.
I think it did.
I don't know if it does or it doesn't. I'm not making a claim. I'm just kind of asking and proposing because it seems like I think Day is a good coach. The dude wins 80% of his games, if not more. I mean, it's insane. But having said that, it seems like when he's left to his own and when he's kind of the guy, you could blame, Chip Kelly on the Michigan game last year. Maybe you can blame Heartline, and maybe there was some, little bit of drama with him leaving, or maybe there was some distraction. I don't know.
Who's better at calling
It's
games?
I just don't see Ryan Day as this leader, this great coach. I think he's a good coach.
He's a good coach and he's a nice guy.
With that,
He's a good coach and he's a nice guy. It's all good. But these moments are going to happen with him. It's what comes with him.
I
You
agree.
had a
On the biggest
scumbag
stage.
who was literally one of the biggest winners in college football history.
Right.
You had that. You
Right.
moved on from that. You brought in the nice guy.
Right.
This is what comes with nice guys.
Steve, we're gonna let you go here, man. We appreciate it. Great call, brother.
Thanks,
All
Steve.
right, y'all be blessed. I'll talk to y'all next show.
All right, same to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All right, the king of the chat always with a great call.
Oh, Canes, bro.
We're going to leave it right there, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on the replay, really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back on Sunday, inshallah. Why does this dude always do this? They always do that. Bruce, man, why you always do that?
I'm gonna keep it real brief. I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna say this. You. Hey, it was guys. I'm gonna keep it 2 minutes, real quick. It was guys on here on IG talking about the kid Dane was slow and his arms were short and all this stuff. He terrorized Ohio State. The almighty Ohio State Buckeyes, the team that nobody was gonna beat, the team that everyone feared, the team that supposedly had the greatest defense ever in college football history.
They
Giving
lost
up-
against Indiana.
and they got their butts kicked twice by formidable opponents. And man, it was a great thing to see Miami back. The U is back, and Ohio State is back where they need to be, home. They took y'all up like y'all was this big bad wolf for the block. Y'all got y'all booty licked. Pause.
I think you're talking about the Bama game. We're talking about Ohio State game, bro.
Exactly, and you can't pause that. That was terrible.
It was different to me. That was terrible too. That was terrible too. Y'all couldn't get nothing done. Hey,
They scored. They at least pinched the bitch.
has anyone seen Jeremiah Smith? I mean, is he supposed to be the next Megatron? Terrell Owens?
So,
Anybody?
Did you watch him?
Did you watch him?
He didn't watch the game. He didn't. Bruce clearly didn't watch the game. That's okay.
Watch the game, bro. It just didn't jump
No, you
off.
didn't. 7 for a buck.
He had
50.
$154.
You didn't watch the
empty
game.
numbers. Empty numbers. Did they win? It's like a motherfucker scoring 40 and he still lost.
But you just said where he was. Bye, Bruce. Get off the phone. Get off the phone. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Your trolling ain't even working today. It just sounds foolish.
Okay, listen, man. Not even 9 o'clock and Bruce rushing me off the phone. What did Tate do? You got it. Hey, either you let Tate do his thing, Jeremiah do his thing, or let one do his thing and shut everybody else down. That's how I look at it. And it was empty stats, man. And I'm so happy that Ohio State got exposed these past couple weeks.
You mean like Alabama did?
They are. like Steve said, Junior saying is not that guy. He's okay.
You mean
I didn't say that.
It's not that guy?
I never said that.
He had purified his feet the whole game yesterday.
Yo,
Ruben Baines was terrorizing.
Everything
him.
you say, we could take that right to Tuscaloosa. So come on, come with something new.
Bro.
What you talking about, right?
Let's give Tuscaloosa some credit.
Your Heisman candidate got barbecued. We talking about Ohio State?
Y'all boys have a great weekend. And I gotta say this, let me say this before the Transformer week quick hit. I mean, give me 45 seconds. All that shit you talked to me last week about the Ravens, talk about we was begging to get in, we needed help to get in, and that to be
You did. You got help.
No, let me talk. Y'all not in. Y'all not welcome to the party. Remember you said that, brother?
You're not.
Hey, hold on.
You're still not in.
So we're gonna be in. Don't worry about all that, man. Be easy.
You're still not. You're talking and you're not in, sir.
How you gonna have me rooting for the Steelers right now, bro? This is some bullshit right here, bro.
Hey, man,
You can't be barking outside, and when I open the door, you're a chihuahua, bro. I don't care. I don't care about little chihuahuas, loud barks for no reason.
Hey, listen, but let's say this. I'm ready to get off. Y'all will be an early exit because y'all defensive line is trash.
And what you think you gonna be?
And y'all want to got Diggs.
What do you think the Ravens gonna be?
Hey, man, chill.
Bro, this is a
doing?
college
No, he coming here. What do you think the Ravens are gonna be?
Man.
Hey, man. Hey.
Let's go get Trayvon Diggs. Like that's going to make a difference. Like that's the second coming of primetime Deion Sanders and something. That guy hasn't been the same since he got.
Yeah. And what about the Ravens?
Why you see what? Don't let him
What about
do
the
this,
Ravens?
man.
Because I need him to be talking about that awful ass team that's been playing all season. Talk about your awful ass team.
Transformer. Hey, we
You about to fire your coach, ain't you? They talking about your quarterback being traded, ain't they? They talking about how your defense is the worst, ain't they? Talk about that team.
Cook them, dog.
Come on now, don't come over here to Green Bay.
The football guys is on outside this year, and y'all will be gone.
And you praying heavily.
And I'll see
And you praying heavily.
And y'all boys have a great Friday night.
Talking about the party he ain't even in.
Brother. Yeah, brother. Good night, y'all.
Good night, man.
Get out of here. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate that you're a Ravens fan, Bruce, but I'm a cook them. I'm gonna cook them.
Hey,
Bro, I don't want to have to root for the Steelers, bro.
Huh?
I really don't.
What about me?
I really
I
don't want to
care
have to root
about-
for the Steelers.
I try to keep it PG for you because I like the Ravens. I like them. But when you coming at me, bro, you know we lost damn near everybody already.
Yo, what if there's
You're
can
a
they
first
tie
round
that
exit.
game,
Get
bro?
out of here, bro.
Can they tie that game and someone else goes to the playoffs?
If they tied, then the Pittsburgh is automatically in. They
See, that's
can't
not
tie.
good
They
either,
got. They
bro. I
have
don't
to
like
beat
any
them.
of this, bro.
They have to beat them. Yeah. I mean, they're going to. I mean,
go
Steelers about to
Ravens.
walk. They about to have me, you, and Bruce at receiver. They ain't got nobody to throw to.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, it ain't good.
They got nobody.
Not good out there. Not good for them. It's good
Bro,
for
I
them.
got a mean like 8-foot catching radius, bro. I like if it's
Hey,
within
8 yards.
feet-
Hey, two of them is first down.
Yeah, bro. Within like 8 feet of me, I think I could catch a football from about 20 yards, bro. I could do it.
Okay, well,
Hey, that's all you need.
all right. Well, we're gonna leave it right there.
You got an
We're
extra
gonna get up
medium
out
set of
here.
pads, bro. What do they got, bro?
Last
y'all-
but not least, guys. Last but not least.
I
Yeah,
knew-
crazy.
I knew it. I
Midshipman.
knew it.
It's a college show.
Why I didn't get one of those when Army won theirs and God's Power ran for $171 on 12 carries? Why I didn't get that?
Because who cares? Because this team right here, I don't know even where I'm pointing.
Yeah,
The
you don't even
team
know
on-
where you're playing.
The team on the left, they beat that team that you're talking about. So we don't care. We're going to talk about this team. This team right here. Put
Too
foot
bad for the
Cincinnati.
Cat Bears. Too bad for the Cat Bears.
For the Cat Bears.
Chad Bears. All right, y'all. And we out.
Meow.
Peace.